at 10 continues.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News Mornings at 10 on this busy Friday morning.
Yes.
I'm so sorry about the weather. I just am going to start
It's
with
December. It feels like the holidays, right?
that. And you were saying, we'll take the frigid cold if we get the sunshine.
Yeah.
And we have that today. So you have to bundle up before you head out the door. But as long as you're dressed appropriately, hey, we'll take the sunny skies. I know it's reading it's mostly cloudy. There must be one cloud sitting above the the measuring station at Central Park. 31 degrees right now, but feeling like 20. Those gusts up to about 30, 35 miles per hour, making a big difference in how it feels. We'll start with air temperature. And we're hovering right around the freezing mark. Even Montauk just at 35 this morning, 32 in Bridgeport, 27 in Newburgh, 31 in Somerville. But look at the wind. Our gusts are still in the 30 mile per hour range. Maybe not as intense as yesterday, although Newburgh's saying, yeah, it is 37 mile per hour gusts. But it makes a big difference in how it feels. And this is what you have to dress for because it's what your body actually reads as it heads out. And it feels like teens and 20s. 13 is the wind chill in Newburgh, 23 in Newburgh. It feels like 20 in the park. So although we are getting sunshine, it's deceptive sun because it's still blustery and quite cold. We're watching a few flurries north and west, maybe a couple snowflakes dropping in our higher elevations, just coming off that lake effect snow. But most of us do stay dry today. It's a mix of sun and clouds and the gusty wind that continues through the daylight hours. You see highs close to freezing. So bitter and blustery for your Friday, feeling like teens and 20s. Tomorrow is still cold and breezy, but not quite as harsh. Our highs are in the upper 30s. And then we move towards Sunday and Monday, and we're introducing a pattern change. Sunday, our highs are already back in the upper 40s, and by Monday, rain chances return. And I know that sounds gloomy, but remember we need the rain, and hey, it'll be mild enough that it won't be snow. So we'll
Comes
have
with
that going.
50-something degree weather.
Yeah.
I'll take it all day. All day.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting your hair wet.
Exactly. You get it.
Location, location, location. It's a phrase uttered repeatedly in the real estate industry, and it certainly holds true here in New York City.
Yeah, we live in the country's biggest city, right? Where rents are soaring and vacancy rates are at its lowest in decades. Housing is just tough to come by.
It really is. And to solve the growing problem, the New York City Council passed the so-called City of Yes housing plan yesterday to build more affordable housing options. But not everyone is saying yes. Here's Shantae Lance.
31 in the affirmative, 20 in the negative, and 0 abstentions.
Victory for the majority of the 51 New York City Council members that voted for the so-called City of Yes. New legislation, they say, is a major step to address the city's housing crisis.
Today is another step forward by this council to advance meaningful housing solutions that lower costs to make our city affordable.
The approved plan includes the most significant city zoning changes in decades.
80,000 units. This is the largest, most comprehensive reform to our housing since 1961 and probably in the history of this city.
The goal is to build a little more housing in every neighborhood by changing rules around parking mandates for new construction and adding homes above stores and in basements. The new rules are now expected to make way for 80,000 new homes over the next 15 years. This in a city where rents have soared and the vacancy rate is at its lowest level in a half a century. Mayor Eric Adams and Governor Hochul touting their success.
We need to have the courage to power forward and get the changes that have been talked about for decades, but nobody was able to get over the finish line.
But in outer boroughs like Staten Island and Queens, the news for many residents is anything but good.
A city of no. I think it's not a good idea.
Mary Offenanger has lived in her single-family house in Bayside Hills, Queens since 1980.
They're putting bigger buildings and 3 families in these 1-family homes. There's only a few that are legally 2-family. Everybody else is 1 family, and it's just going to change the whole neighborhood.
Some pretty upset residents here in this neighborhood, many of them telling me that they'll just have to wait and see of the true impact of the City of Yes. In Bayside Hills, Queens, Shantae Lance, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
The bullets come down.